be his eyeball, because he's hoping something will go, "Ah, look at the size of the eyes, it must be huge," and maybe run away instead of coming to eat him. He is, this guy is a senior citizen. He is a minimum of 18 years old. We know where he's been for the last 12 years, and the people that we got him from, he was already 5 feet long when they got him, and it takes at least 6 years for them to reach 5 feet long. So minimum, he's 18. In the wild, 10 would be an old iguana, but in captivity, they've been known to live up to 30 because they don't, you know, nothing is trying to eat them. They don't face any environmental challenges like freezing, and they don't have to find their own food. We keep them warm and fed, and they live a long time. He is. He loves to be petted, and he's out here every day on farm tours, a couple times a day, and it's his high point of the day. It is albino, meaning lacking pigmentation. That's why it's not green and brown like he is. And this one is a year-old. It's taken it a whole year to get to that size. It'll take it at least 6 years to get as big as he is. But this one is an albino. You can tell by the little pink eyes it's got. And I say by its pink eyes, actually they don't have pink eyes. When you're looking at an albino animal, they actually have clear viscous liquid in their eyes, and you're seeing the red blood cells behind the eyes. That's what makes them appear red, the eyes. And if this was a fully albino animal, so that its skin had no color and it appeared white, they can look pink. But again, that's just seeing their blood through their skin. They're not actually pink. And if you look close at this, you can see it has all of their little ridges, the same as that one does, the little spikes. They just aren't grown yet. It takes a long time to grow those out. Yes.
It's funny, it places its eye on the side you're cutting it and then has the other side open.
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
He also has learned to relieve himself outside of his cage. Keep his cage clean. He does that fairly consistently.
Oh, he doesn't like it in there. That's
Yep.
funny. Well, that's smart.
Let's move down this way instead of standing at the doo-doo.
We're going this way. That is so funny.
What'd he do?
He pooped.
Oh. And Peter just pooped.
And pee.
Oh.
All right, this one is a bearded dragon. This one is a good size, shape, and color to hide in the desert. So that one's size, shape, and color natural to hide in a tree. This one's size, shape, and color to hide in the desert. But this one also has a form of mimicry. It's a little less obvious. That one's form of mimicry is the fake eyeballs. Who knows what this one's form of mimicry is? And what does mimicry mean anyway? You can't use the word in the definition. To pretend to be something you're not. So what is this one's form of mimicry? No. Its spikes are a form of mimicry. It wants an animal to say, I don't want a mouthful of needles. I'm going to take a hard pass on that one for dinner. The reason that these are mimicry, not defense, is they are fake. There's nothing sharp about these. So no animal is going to get poked in the mouth from biting that. If you'd like to hold this, put your hand out like that. You're welcome to pass that one around. Her name is Tootsie. Tootsie is between 8 and 9 years old. And that is as big as she is going to get. All right, guys, this one is a leopard gecko. This one is a a good size, shape, and color to hide? Absolutely nowhere. There is nowhere that this animal can hide. So its only form of defense is mimicry. Who knows what this is trying to mimic? Yes, exactly. It's trying to mimic something poisonous. Most lizards, or many lizards and amphibians in the wild that are brightly colored are poisonous. So this guy's just out there strutting it out loud and proud. You don't want to mess with me because I might be poisonous. It has no way to hide at all. It is just living its life and trusting its luck.
Mom, this is my new one. Mom, hold it.
I don't mind holding them. They won't bother me. It's the ear.
Alright guys, these ones are baby tortoises. You guys are going to see sulcata tortoises up in the petting farm when you go up there. The sulcata tortoises are big. The oldest one is Franklin, the biggest one is Franklin. Franklin is about this big, and he's about 15 years old. He weighs about 85 pounds. The next biggest one is Fiona. She's about the same size, but the females grow a bit slower, so she's about 20 years old. The other one is Spike. It is a rescue. We have no idea how old it is. And it's impossible to gauge because the sharp spikes on it means it was malnourished for a long time. So it didn't grow properly, so there's no real way to gauge its age. These ones are baby tortoises. The two bigger ones there are 1 year old. All the littler ones are 1.5 months old. You guys are welcome to hold those. Just don't drop them on the floor, please. Say what? Purchased, but the little ones are available. So the sulcata tortoises, those are land-dwelling animals, but they do also need water. So it takes, as you can see from this example, the little ones are 1.5 months, the bigger ones are a year. So it takes them a full year to go from egg to that. It takes them 5 years to reach this size. After 5 years, they really take off. The tortoises can live for a long time. Tortoises live 100 years and more. There is an interesting fact that Charles Darwin brought one Galapagos tortoise away from the Galapagos Islands, and that tortoise was pretty well documented for all its life. At the end of its life, it was 175 years old, and it lived in Steve Irwin Zoo. So that puts the time scale of a tortoise and the time scale of a human in a comparable manner that Charles Darwin and Steve Irwin owned the same animal, a tortoise. Yeah, isn't it?
My mom used to raise turtles when she was a kid, and not just out of little sliders.
Yeah.
She hatched them from eggs. Tortoises, and she used to do Smyrna Beach, and then what's that beach called, or that park called? It's well, we drove through, and the whole way it was tortoise, like everywhere.
Oh,
Turtle Mountain. That's right.
So, parenting tip. Tortoises, super easy pets to keep. Everything they eat comes from the produce department. The iguana, super easy pet to keep. Everything he needs comes from the produce department. The bearded dragon, pretty easy pet to keep. Its favorite food is cilantro. It likes everything you would put into salsa. And then for its protein, you can just give it protein balls if you want to. You don't have to feed it live if you don't want to. Leopard gecko, super much of a pain. Don't buy a leopard gecko. If you buy a gecko, you can plan to spend the rest of your life driving back and forth to PetSmart looking for the one day this week that they actually have live crickets. And especially if you live 20 miles from there, that can be a significant pain. I would not buy any kind of gecko unless I was next door neighbors with a pet store.
So, like with the tortoises, is aquarium until they get big enough, or until they get bigger?
You don't have to really rethink their housing for 5 years. It's going to take them 5 years to reach this size. And up there in the shop, we have like a full setup that I think is $100, and the tortoise is 75. And they are really easy keepers. But you know, I can sell 1,000 if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So we're not a hard sell place at all. But the littles are. I'm the same way. You'd be surprised at things I come home with. But here we work on a really strict policy. Mama wants, mama gets. So that's how a lot of these animals came here. So when they're a little bit older, if their shell is like this on the bottom, that's a boy. If their shell is like that on the bottom, that's a girl. It's a little hard to tell when they're that small. Yeah, the tortoises, these are African tortoises. In the winter, their nature, if they're outdoors, is to dig 8, 10 feet underground, then they dig up and build a shelf, and they stay under all winter. Here, we don't want them digging, so they have a heated house up there in the petting farm. Well, the great thing about tortoises instead of turtles is tortoises don't carry salmonella.
I just think tortoises are cute. Oh, well, they'll get big, but it takes many years to get big.
The fact that they don't want you to take turtles from the wild isn't so much a conservation thing as a health thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're your fish.
You really did it today.
They're really good fish.
I did it yesterday, didn't you?
It's been here forever. It's not dead. It's been working. Oh, I like the beta fish. Oh, cool. They don't, you know what? So it's like a little pink guppy or something. I don't know. It's amazing. It's really neat.
I'm gonna have to pay the fish up there in the shop. It's crazy. I'm not sure. Alright guys, these next ones are hedgehogs. The hedgehogs, their theory of defense is to ball up. You see Bakugan, this 3-banded armadillo up in the petting farm, his theory of defense is to ball up and say, I don't believe you can get me. These ones' idea is to ball up and say, go ahead and try. Because when they are balled up, their quills don't stick out tangent to their skin, and they are quite sharp. You can feel it like that. They're quite sharp when they're sticking out. But then once they are calmed down, you can just pet them from nose to tail like that. If you pet from nose to tail, you're good to go. If you first aid kit is down there. If you want to pick it up, this is how you do it. You slide your fingers under the hedgehog like that. You see they're soft on the bottom, they're only sharp on the top. And then you can just pat them nose to tail like that. You can put your hand behind their two little front feet and be like, oh, they're so cute together, like that. And this one does something kind of cool that if you hold her like this, she makes her little. Umbrella. You gotta pick it up yourself, because sometimes people go, ah, and then they can get dropped on the floor.
So how much is it?
Oh, sweet.
There's so much more to take care of.
No, actually, how I started having a little more Tuesdays upstairs at Camel Condo, which is our premier rental. Fish tank, squirrel, and we'll take tortoises in that tank for 8 months until the guy who builds the fish tanks for Cheddar and the Rainforest Cafe and stuff came down and built this new tank up there. But yeah, nobody ever said anything about the tortoise swimming back. What? Oh yeah. What color? Cool. How old is it? They're good little pets. They're just sloths. Yeah.
Are they? Yes. That's so funny.
Alright guys, this is a really special little animal. This is not, no one just potting on the floor, but just leave it alone so you don't get your fingers wet. Alright, this is a pretty cool little animal. A very special little animal. This is a tiny baby sugar glider. And they're not bad. They fly from person to person. So this one just opened its eyes for the first time yesterday. It's a little baby hedgehog. Its mom and daddy are both inside of this little bag. They have a big old pen that they live in, but they will always go into their tiny little bag. And I'll get some other ones out that you can hold in a minute, but I just wanted you to get to be able to see the tiny baby hedgehog. It just opened its eyes yesterday. Sugar gliders.
Oh, really? Wait, how?
Alright guys, here are some sugar gliders that you can hold. If you want to hold a sugar glider, you scoop it like a pancake. And let me show you, you do not. You do not pancake by standing and waiting for the pancake to scoop itself, because it never will. You scoop from the front to the back, like that. Scoop, that's how you hold a sugar glider. You scoop like a pancake. One more time, you scoop like a pancake. There you Yes, they can. If it jumps at you, please don't scream. We call that the full farm experience, no extra charge. Scoop. Alright, so sugar gliders are marsupials, meaning animals with pouches. Sugar gliders are in no way related to squirrels, mice, rats, any of that. They are marsupials. So they would be a closer relative to a kangaroo than to a squirrel. The sugar gliders are called sugar gliders because they like sugar and they like to glide. Sugar gliders like to eat honey and nectar and fruits in the wild, and they like to glide. They can jump and glide for many feet. I'm told, of course I don't actually know, but I'm told that if one started from the top of a goalpost, you can make the 50-yard line in one glide. Obviously it is not flying, as Toy Story says, it's falling with style. They do, yep. That one that is with the mom there has been down the past for about 3 weeks, and it opened its eyes yesterday. When they are first born, they are the size of one single grain of rice. Yep. It's okay. Let it go. There you go.
They like the pouches, huh?
They do. They're nocturnal. They're sleepy time right now. Alright guys, these ones are micro squirrels. This is the world's smallest type of squirrel. These two are both 3 years old. That is as big as they can get. These come from South Africa. They are properly called an African pygmy squirrel or an African pygmy dormouse. The word dormouse, though, doesn't come from the word mouse. It comes from the French word dormir, to sleep. Because these are nocturnal and in the daytime they would be sleeping. When you hold one, it feels like it's vibrating because its heart rate is always above 200 beats per minute. And these ones make excellent little pets. These guys live in a 10-gallon aquarium. You clean it like 4 times a year, summer, winter, spring, fall once. They do not stink like gerbils and hamsters. They do not smell to high heaven like gosh awful guinea pigs. The micro squirrels, even though it feels like it's vibrating because its heart rate is so high, it's still going to live 7 or 8 years. They will bond to an individual person. You keep it, you use a bonding pouch for like the first 30 days that you have one until it bonds to you as an individual. And then they'll just hang out with you. These ones love winter here because we have one in our hoodie hood and one in our hoodie pouch. And you just got to frisk yourself before you change your clothes and make them harm at night. A baby what?
Rat.
What's a root rat?
It's like a brown rat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I eliminated many over a rat.
That's it. Don't tell her that.
Well, it's
I had to
actually
call. I had to feed this thing with a feed brush, and you took it to somebody. And she wouldn't.
Probably here would have saved me the effort.
Yeah.
vacuum of feather and a bowling ball. We call it the same rate. I can tell you from flying jets from the Navy, the terminal velocity of a human is about 175 or 180. If I came out of my airplane without a parachute, I would achieve that speed in my brief lifespan. But a squirrel does not. A squirrel's terminal velocity is around 20. They're super light, super fluffy, they make a huge amount of wind resistance, and it is a tested fact that a squirrel falling from 7,000 feet falls at between 18 and 20 miles per hour. So you could fall off of your bicycle and hit the ground going significantly faster than a squirrel falls from an airplane. That is why they are so doggone brave in trees. Is if they fall, so what? They're only going to go 20 miles an hour at max.
They fall and sit down, but actually, so they'll like turn their head and reach their tails.
Yeah.
You can also involve like seven.
Say what? Two places you can get one, ship providers, RS.com sells those, they're about 500. We sell them for 150, but we're not a pet store. It's not how we make our money, so we don't charge what pet stores charge. And I don't fault pet stores, I mean, that's how they make their living. But that is where we get our food from, and sugar gliders, RS.com. A bag about this size is, I think, $20 plus shipping. It lasts a year.
That's what they eat, so
Well, we give them a little bit of fruit, nuts and dried seeds and stuff like that. We give them a little bit of chopped up eggs and stuff too. $150. These ones are 3 years old. We're gonna baby. The way a child convinces his parents to get a pet is you meet return responsibilities for a long period of time. No parent is going to give you additional responsibilities if you are not meeting your return responsibilities.
or if you're complaining about it.
That would be not meeting your return responsibilities. You want to fly?
Yeah.
All right. You guys will all line up along that wall.
You guys stay pretty much from here back, the bird will be less likely to land on you. If they do land on you, it's okay, go ahead and scoot back just a little bit, and stay along this wall.
Yes. All right, guys, this is Tiki. Tiki is a scarlet macaw. Tiki likes to fly. All of our birds here that are birds are flying birds. We do not trim our birds' wings. The only ones who are flight prevented are the mute swans. And they were that way when I bought them. Good boy, Tiki. That guy is a scarlet macaw, and he is 2 years old. He's a male, and he's just a cool little guy. Come on, Tiki. He can. He chooses not to when people are around. Good boy, Tiki. Yeah.
Give a round of applause for Tiki. Sometimes Tiki takes a little liberty with his route on most cuts, so it's good when it goes straight. You guys can mill about now. There's no more attacking birds.
Tiki's friend right here is Skittles. Skittles and Tiki are besties. They both are coming on 2 years old. They are roommates. They have a very large room in there that they share. And Skittles isn't trained to fly back and forth yet. Tiki is. The interesting thing with these birds, Skittles is a Catalina macaw, also called rainbow macaw.
step right here so you don't fall. You guys are having fun? Is everybody having fun? Good, good, good.
All right, you guys are heading to bounce houses.